Hello, 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 my beautiful beings of light. Welcome to my channel. Hope everybody is having a beautiful, blessed day. Today is uh, Friday, January 16th, 2026. Yeah, I think there is a new moon tomorrow, right? That's why this energy feels so heavy. I don't know. I feel the energy very heavy. New moon. Capricorn. Oh, it's a very powerful time for setting your intentions for your career responsibility, personal growth. And this new moon is called the Wolf Moon or Capricorn New Moon. Whatever that, however you take that message, however you uh, resonate, or however you um, symbolize or co-create with that energy. Make sure that it's always from a space of love. I want to say a prayer for those who, dear Father, I ask that you come into this session at this time. Come into this space. Call on the angels, the archangels, the ascended masters, the galactic family, my entire spiritual team to be present at this time. We call for peace. We call for unity. We call for safety and protection for the children all over the world. We call for peace wherever there is chaos. We call for leaders to come together and bring about peace among each other, compassion, understanding, and work from a space of love for all nations, for all religions, for all cultures, for all countries, that we may unite in harmony. May we co-create a world where there is nothing but calmness, peace, joy, happiness. Co-create a world where the children will be able to be children all over again. I ask that may those souls who are lost, dear Father, may they find their path, may they find their way, and choose love over any kind of discord in their life. Whatever they are facing, dear Lord, may they find peace. May they see what they are facing. It's not an attack against them. That is something that they need to look at in order to work within themselves. I thank you, dear Father, for being here present at this moment. I am very humble and I'm very thankful for being here. I don't come on here that often anymore because I am doing my own spiritual healing. I'm on my own journey. I am connecting to a very high level of consciousness at this time, which calls me for peace, which calls me for rest, which calls me to make changes within my environment, to make changes within my eating habits, to make changes within everything that I do in life. I don't do cards anymore. Like I said, I read off energy. I have reached a level that um, I don't need to read these tarot cards anymore. That is not my purpose. I'm very humble and thankful that I was given those tools to use because they did help me during my spiritual journey. That's where I started to learn uh, about different energies, about the environment, about the different elements within people, the connections, the lessons that we needed to learn, or I needed to learn personally. I was awakened about a lot of hidden things that was around me that I wasn't fully aware. And through that teaching, I learned a lot of the hidden secrets that was surrounding my energetic field, the people that were around me, the systems that played a major role in a lot of the things that I was experiencing in my life. I'm very thankful for these lessons that I learned through each and every person that has came into my life. I understand the energy that they have, the energy that they had placed on me in order for me to awaken. I never take anything personal. I learned that we are here in this world at this time to awaken from the slumber, the sleep that we were placed under, the spells. Um, it's coming towards, I think it's 6 years that on February 17 of 2020 when I had this big full spiritual awakening, this light that came into my vessel, this life review that I have that I experience. We all go through different awakenings. We all go through different uh, enlightenments. Um, connect how we connect to spirits. We are all different. We don't have the same experience. I am learning that throughout my childhood, there were certain contacts that I had experienced with beings not of this world. I have learned that we come into this world with our spirit, our contracts. And every one of us have a role to play in this planet that you call Earth. And those who have left us had a contract. They left us in certain, some very traumatic, but that, I feel, for me, that was an awaken. That was a way of me awakening to becoming more aware of spirits, connecting to my higher self, learning the lessons that I had to learn. There was this, I mean, I was, before I even turn on this YouTube, my live, I channeled a song, and you all know it, so it's We Are the World. And there is a message. We are the world. Let's see. There comes a time when we heed a certain call, when the world must come together as one. There are people dying. Oh, and it's time to lend a hand to life, the greatest gift of all. We can't go on pretending day by day that someone somewhere will soon make a change. We are all part of God's great big family. And the truth, love is all we need. We need to find the space of love and stop hurting one another. We can't, okay. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day, so let's start giving. There are choices we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true. We'll make a better day, just you and me. We'll send them well, send them your heart so they know that someone cares. So they know that someone cares and their lives will be stronger and free, as God has shown us by turning stone to bread. And so we all must lend a helping hand. We are the world. We are the children. Know that we are the ones that can make a brighter day. So let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true. We'll make a better day, just you and me. When you're down and out and there seems no hope at all, but if you just believe there's no way we can fall, well, let us realize, that a change can only come when we stand together. We need to unite and stop being separated from each other, because that's what they want. They want us to be at each other because our race, the color, the whatever, but we all came from one creator. There is no need for fights. There is no need for greed. There is no need for competition. We are all God's children. We are all able to co-create together. You guys have no idea. If you are in tune, if you are aware, if you are consciously aware of what's going on in this world, at this moment, at this time, there are big changes happening in this environment, in this world. And it's always for the best of all. Don't see it as as hatred. Don't see it as, because that's what you co-creating in your world. You're creating that energy. When you are in harmony, when you are in balance, when you are coherent with everything around you, when you are a sovereign being, and you stand up for truth, and you stand up for what is right. For when you have control of who you truly are, nothing outside of you has any effect on you. This world is going through a very, very big transformation. And things may look so out of control, and there's a lot of media out there that's putting on false narratives and false information. That's why you have to really have discernment into what is truly real. You really have to tap into your inner light, your inner heart, and ask, is this real? And God will show you. I had to learn, I had to understand to separate my own self from the illusions that has been placed. I had to learn how to be in my own space, in my own lane, and take care of me. Take care of my well-being, take care of my body, take care of my mind, take care of my soul, my spirit, to heal from all these illusions that was trying to control my mind, trying to harvest energies. A lot of us are starseeds. A lot of us. If you had any kind of contact being in human form with starseeds, then you have a connection. The truth about who we truly are and the secrets that has been hidden is coming to the light. It comes in disclosure within yourself first before it comes out within the field, the collective. I am living experience that everything that was disclosed to me came through my dreams, came through my my third eye, my feelings, because when you are very conscious and aware of energies, we awaken our dormanted DNA that's within us. Our spiritual gifts start to open, and we are always being guided by the Spirit and given messages through many forms. One of the ways that I was getting messages was through my dreams. Lots of them. That's how a lot of the disclosure of a lot of the hidden secrets that I had experienced in my lifetime, and the people who was around me who had no good intentions for me, that's how disclosure came into my world. Disclosure about things that the music industry was going to be exposed for, things that was happening within the government. I got them through my dreams. This disclosure came through in order for me to use my gifts to awaken those who had no clue of what is going on in this world. And I questioned and I asked God, before I even disclose this information, to reveal it to the collective. I had no clue, because at first I was writing lots. I was writing. And then I was called to do a YouTube channel, to come onto this channel and tell my story. Tell my story about the narcissistic relationships that I had, the abuse that I experienced, the trauma that I went through. And not only reveal my personal things, also reveal things that was going to happen and that is currently happening at this time. The contacts with the ETs, who we truly are, where we came from, our lineage, our ancestors, the truth about the hidden secrets, the nanotechnologies that has been used on humanity. These nanos that have been used in our food, that have been placed in, these are little megabytes, millibytes, whatever. They're very tiny devices that are placed within our food, our water, our medicines, in the drugs that people use. And then when you have enough of those nanonites in your body, in your system, they crawl up into your brain. And that's how they use some people as weapons. As weapons to attack other people and make it seem like it was them that were out of control because they are under some substance. Yes, they were under substance, they were under drugs, yes, but there was other stuff that was that was in their vessel getting to their brain and making them think differently. Just like that actor that and his wife who was killed, they used her son, the son, right, to kill both parents. But it was another reason behind that. It wasn't the drugs. He was really he was used as a weapon. Just like whatever went on in Minnesota, people be very conscious of what you're watching. Be very careful of the stories that you are agreeing to. Once they have you in fear, that's when they have control of you. When you give into the not to the storylines of what is not true, that's when they got you. That's when they take you. That's when you're giving them you're surrendering your energy to things outside of yourself. Remember who you are. Remember you are God's child. Remember you have control of your own life. You have control of your own thinking, your own belief system. Don't ever give people your power. Don't ever take for granted the gift that God has given you. Don't ever forget that there is one source in control, and that's God, the prime source creator. And when you come from a creator that created everything and everything in this world and this planet, remember who you are. They love to use starseed energy because we are creators. Without our energy, they can't do anything. Today's number, I saw 555 again. There's major changes that are happening. I saw 111. There's also new beginnings because there's a new moon happening, right? New beginnings. Remember, when you create, when you want to start something new, start a new business, make sure that it's coming from a space of love. Make sure that you're co-creating not only for you, co-creating for the world. You're co-creating a business that is of coherent. You're co-creating a world, a business, a relationship where it's based on unconditional love, not on greed, because that's not going to work. This energy that we are currently in, there's a big shift. It's not going to accept those who are in a very low vibration. Who have no clue of who they are, because all they want to do is just take from others, and they have no right. Stand in your sovereignty. I wrote this the other day. Ascending to a state of full energy. That is what star seeds of higher level of consciousness is heading to with so much love, kindness in their hearts. Yes, we are becoming our true self, our future present self of being superhuman. As humans may call us, but we had past life of being the masters of consciousness. And we are here to help those to ascend and to release the dark matter that had taken over their minds. There have been vampiristic energy that fed off the energy of fear. And get that, get, and I write so fast. It's like when you automatically you write fast and the words that just you gotta read what you wrote and get these dark souls fear. And these I wrote something about these souls really come out in the nighttime. These dark souls. Yes, they are those who feed off in the daytime. These nano robotic technologies that has been implanted in our foods, air, water, drugs, medical medicine, implants, and through insects that God never created. That's where a lot of the robotic technologies. That's why we have to bless our food, we bless our water, we bless everything that God has given us. Always be in thanksgiving with the one creator. Humanity is starting to wake up quickly and taking their power back. They are questioning everything or everyone that has light or is showing signs that they are in a very low level of consciousness. This includes leaderships with friends, co-workers, marriage, and systems that are not of the highest good of all. They are beginning to question their purpose and who they truly are. Their dreams are becoming more vivid. Your dreams are becoming more vivid. I don't know. Many of your dreams may become very more vivid. Make sure that you're writing down everything you're experiencing in your dreams. I am getting that Atlantis is not lost. It is very much hidden, and there are military forces that is very much aware of this, and they are learning their technology. This is also, there is also a mountain called Mount Shaihan Torate, which is near the city of Ishabia. According to Google Map, whatever search, Cheyenne Mountain refers to a distinctive type of solidarity limestone hill or reef remnant with famous examples of located in the Republic of Bashkortostan, Russia, near the Ural Mountains. Baking soda, which is limestone, is the raw material. That's where they get this mineral. There's, I don't know. Then I have wrote down this, how you say it, I watched a podcast from the GFL station, and I just want to share what I experienced. I have to express this feeling that I am having at this time. It is about a self-discovery and learning about the relationship with food and how it plays a role in how we eat. The transmission today was from the Andromedan at the GFL station. Really taught me a lot about nuance perspective on the optimum ascension diet and aligning with one's soul's biology, emotional field, and daily reality. I learned the support food has during our time of enlightenment and that it is not a gatekeeper and consciousness is the master key. This weekend, from last Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I fasted for 3 days. Consciously, I fasted for 3 days. Consciously, my body has been telling me it is time to change the way I eat. My body is saying no more meat, no more snacking, and getting back to eating more live foods. I went out today and brought vegetables and fruits so I can begin to do more juicing than eating. I believe my body, my temple is ancient, which is part of my DNA, and I believe it has a lot to do with my genetic makeup. I know my body. I listen to my body. I know when changes need to be made. I am very in tune to my vessel. I know how to heal my vessel. I know the food that I need to eat. I know the herbs that I need to drink versus medications that the doctor prescribes. I'm guided to drink my own antibiotics through herbs. Then to hear the message from Avalon of Andromeda really touched my soul because he broke down the 5 waves of understanding high vibration food and its qualities. Sacred individuality and body listening, the frequent ladder diet, consciousness and the greater lever, and the path of prana and subtle nourishments. It was very enlightening and educational to understand how our conscious connects to food we eat and how in time our body wants to change the food we eat as our spiritual journey is also coherent with food. I just related to the message and knowing that I am on the right path in my food journey confirmed to me that I am being very conscious of what my body is saying to me at this time. I feel that when I fast, especially with just water, the message from Spirit just becomes so much clearer and the connection is so unconditional that I learned so much, and hopefully through my experience I could help others. We have to be very conscious and aware of the food that we put into our bodies. We have to listen to our bodies and what it's saying to our bodies. When you reach a level of consciousness that is beyond the 5D, beyond, because I am an ancient soul. I've been here before. This is not the first time I've been here. So I have ascended to a very high level of consciousness. I do have a very high, very great connection to God. I follow my path. I don't believe in outside sources. I connect to my inner voice. I co-create with God. I just have to say that I sold one of my paintings. I'm very proud that one of my paintings were sold at the I never thought that I mean, I draw, I create. I'm constantly in a space of creating pictures, and the pictures that I create has a very deep feeling and energy that I apply into my paintings, and it just um, very energetic energy when you put your love into something that you're so passionate about. It just, when you put it out, there are people out there who resonate with the energy. And so one of my paintings were sold. I am so humbly thankful. And I created another painting, but this is water paint. I use acrylic, but I also water paint. I don't know if you guys seen these yet. I think you saw that one. These are aliens. There's aliens here. There's an alien ship right here. Um, there's a lot of earth. The trees. I'm very connected to trees. Trees are very. I'm very connected to the trees. They're very healing, very loving beings, very ancient. See, this is another space. Lots of trees, a forest, and the moon and the stars. There are different colors of trees. And then here, I did a painting, but there's the frequency encoded art by Cyrus. These are symbols. There are symbols here. Cyrus symbols. There's connection. I wrote these symbols down. They were given to Bershar, and one of the symbols is center. The second symbol is expand. Okay, this is center. That's center. Well, let me see. Center, expand, balance, prepare, express, extend, unlock, flow, receive, relate, realize, act, transform, connect, and manifest. These are the symbols and the frequencies from Cyrus star system that were given to Bershar, and they are frequency encoded art. So I put them into my painting. I think it gives it that energy, that balance, the creation, the connection, the manifestation, extending yourself, expressing yourself, receiving that energy, unlocking gifts that you never thought you had, relating to others who are in the same vibration as you are, realizing the strength that you hold. Act from a space of love, of kindness, of compassion. Go with the flow. Always go with the flow. Don't ever, it's like water. Go, let it go, let it flow. Don't ever be stuck. If you are in a space where you are constantly in this roller cycle, how you say it, cycle of repeating patterns, behaviors. There's something that you need to look at. You're blocking your energy. I am very consciously aware of how to work with energy. I know how to help people work with when their energies is blocked, what is causing them illnesses. It's just that I am going to offer services. If you really want to heal yourself and you really want to find out what is going on within if you are interested, you can always email me. um, I can help, but it's not for free. It's not for free and it's not expensive. If you email me at Santiago, Jeanette 540 at gmail.com. If you're interested for any services, energetic healing, spiritual guidance, you can email me. If you resonate with my with my energy, if you resonate with the healing that I offer, because when my healing comes from a space of unconditional love, it comes from a space of compassion, no judgment. I am a master in my clinical field of whatever, of social work, whatever. But in this field, when you are you don't need a degree to be a spiritual healer. You don't need a degree to offer spiritual work. You don't need any certification in the spiritual journey, because when it comes from a source of God, there's no degree. I mean, this is already encoded within our DNA, within our field, within our ancient DNA that we carry. We work with God. We work with the spiritual ascended masters, always of the highest white light. I don't work with low vibrational energies. I'm very proud. I was very surprised that I got this message about my how you say it, my picture. Nervous system. Your nervous system speaks volumes. That's why we have to really have to make sure that we are always grounding our energy, so that way you're stabilizing your nervous system, because that speaks volumes. Your nervous system has a lot to do with how you react to situations outside of yourself. When you are in alignment anything that is being broadcast through the media that is of threats about countries going into different types of whatever. I mean, you could go ahead and believe whatever you want to believe. I believe whatever my whatever's in me. I don't believe anything outside of me. I don't choose sides. I stay in a space of compassion, understanding, and prayer for all. I know how to use discernment. I don't get caught in the drama. Don't get caught in the lies. Don't get caught in the whatever's happening. We we're stabilizers. We stabilize our own frequency. We do not go this way, that way, this way, that way. We are here. It's like the other day, this lady asked me, did you see what happened to that lady that got shot in the face by ICE? I was like, what are you talking about? I don't, I didn't know. I was like, I don't get caught up in that. I don't bring that into my world. I don't entertain. I stay in my lane. I stay in my space. That's why I live peacefully. When you react, you're giving your energy away. I don't know. I just share what I am experiencing at this time because I'm going through a very big ascension. I keep ascending higher and higher. Some of us are ascended masters. That have already mastered the level of consciousness to reach to that level of being with the, I don't know, it's I don't need to convince anybody to believe anything that I believe. I don't, because you have to use your own discernment. I had to go through um, my own journey. I had to go and study. I had to research. I had to read books. I had to learn about all the terminologies of spirituality, the whole different um, the different star systems, the different aliens. Um, I had to learn about our planet, about our Earth, about the different religions, the different, um, the different. I had symbols. I had to learn the different symbols. I had to learn about, and this came quickly because within 2020, when I woke up to now, I absorbed and I learned so much. I picked up many books. I read many books. I learned so much terminology. I mean, from 2020 to now, spiritual journey, the spiritual world wasn't as awakened as it is at this moment. People were laughing at a lot of the terminologies that we was using back then. I didn't know. I didn't know that that was going to, I mean, I was being foretold that this was going to happen. I was being, uh, I was aware that there was going to be big changes in this world. I was aware that there were systems that was going to be disclosed. And um, there was a lot of things, a lot of secrets that were being done on a massive scale to humans, to people, to our children, to on a massive, the scammers that were placed upon us around our family, our friends, our technology, um, the stalking, the stalkers, I mean, there was, oh my God, I'm like, I really had no clue we was living in this world, that there was so much Decepticons. And I didn't know who were the ops. I'm like, what are ops? I had to research ops. Then I had to, I wrote down a lot of words. I threw out all my cards. But the intel that I wrote it down as something, there was one version, but intel is also information that is given. A lot of information, military information that was coming through. A lot of intel that was files that were created. There are files of hidden knowledge. There are files of scammers who were scamming people. Social Security, disabilities, PPD loans, credit cards, banks that was taking money from people's banking accounts. There was people there are people who create checks from businesses that are not real, and they have these people go into different states to open up bank accounts, and with people's names of other people from other states, with fraudulent, trying to put through fraudulent that is not even their names. People have used other people's information in different states and open up accounts that are fraudulent. There's scammers that have scammed businesses from people who have businesses and made out fake checks. So it's a lot of scamming, a lot of deceit, a lot of fake money, a lot of scamming with the cryptos, a lot of scamming with stocks, a lot of scamming with the silver. Please be careful with information. that you give, that you share with family, with friends, because these people, I'm telling you, I've lost my ID several times. And I'm pretty sure somebody tried to do a scam with my ID, and I'm pretty sure. But everything comes to the light. Everything that people have done is coming full circle. You cannot get away with things that is not of the highest good anymore. If you are entertaining, or if you're part of a group, or if you're part of a, or if you are just this person that likes to hurt people, stop it. Because it's not going to work anymore. You're only hurting yourself. You're only causing harm to yourself. Don't ever wish anyone ill. Don't do that. Don't ever wish anybody to, because those are words that are very energetically affected. You are putting out things into the universe that could come back to you. There's a cause and effect to everything. Whatever you do to somebody is going to come back to you. Your intentions, the way you work your heart. Make sure you're coming from a space of love and stop hating on people. Those are you. Those are your brothers and sisters. Look at each individual as if that person was you. Because what you do to somebody, you're doing it to yourself. There's no more there's no more space for evil. There's no more space for that energy. At this time in this planet, it's not. The frequency has elevated to a high level. The energetic field, the protection, the shield that is placed on God's children. There are laws, spiritual laws. There's cosmic laws. There's laws on levels. And if you don't follow those laws, you're not a high vibrational being, and you're not working from a level of love, of coherent. There's a lot of work that you need to do. And you have your own choice. You are your own person. You choose whatever you want to choose. You choose whatever you want to choose. But remember, there are consequences to every choice that you make. consequences to every action. I don't know, before I even came up on here, I felt a lot of people's pains. People are in despair. People don't know. They're scared. They don't know the things that are happening in their lives. Why is it happening? The choices. Think about the choices you made in your life. Think about the people you hurt in your life. I had to come clean with mine. I had to release, and I had to forgive, and I had to go deep within my own self and be honest and be 100% truth and speak to God and say, I did this, I did that, I did this, I did that, I did this, I did that. I felt a little, at first when I was going through this journey, I felt a little ashamed, and I felt a lot of guilt, and I felt I had to go through these feelings. I had to surrender and understand that we came here to learn, and God is going to forgive us for whatever sins we've committed. Not saying that there's not going to be consequences to it, because you have to endure, and you have to face your shadows, and you got to look at them straight in the face and say, you know what, you have no power over me. No power. I do not surrender to anything outside of myself. Sorry guys, I had to step away for a second. Have to question choices that I've made. When you surrender your life over to God, and you make that full commitment to maintain the path that Jesus, that Buddha, that, all these enlightened beings have walked, you continue to ascend to a very high level of consciousness. Remember, you're never alone. Remember, you have a team that works with you. Remember that you are a co-creator with God. You co-create, so there's nothing that you will never be left without. You will always be taken care of. We have to find time to sit with yourself and connect. Find a sacred space where you could just be and breathe. Learn how to connect. Learn how to let go. Be kind to one another. Learn how to co-create with the divine. You don't have to steal from people. You don't have to have any anger towards anyone. You guys are going to find out the truth. I wish I could say more, but I can't. Because everything can't be revealed. You have to also learn how to connect and learn how to use your discernment. Learn how to receive. Learn how to open yourself up to the unknown. Because once you open up, there's no going back, because you're just going to continue to go through it and go through it. It's like, yeah, Alice in Wonderland. Is that Alice going through the rabbit hole, you know? Going through the unknown and just then putting the puzzles and pieces together slowly but surely. And it's like a story. It's like a puzzle to your life that needs to be put together. But we are all going through this journey on our own. And we are all experiencing our own reality. And we are co-creating our reality, our timelines, our parallel universe. It's amazing how telepathic communication is very much real. How telekinesis, how you're able to move and shift from one space to another. I mean, we are going back to who we truly are when we continue to ascend to a higher level of consciousness. We become light. We become this energy, this ball of energy, this field of energy that is so pure and so beautiful and so, it's just so loving. That's why when I had these visions with Tesla, and we was playing with energy, and we was passing this energy around, it was like, what does this mean? We are all energy moving in through spaces. And our higher self is, our future self is the beings that are around us. that who are watching over our planet at this time, who are healing us in our visions, the Arcturians, the Palladians, the Lyrans, the Andromedans. There's so many species. There are so many other beings that we have no idea, but they are in other spaces, other dimensions. But we only know of the few. But if you are conscious, aware of who you are, and your DNA starts activating, and you start to connect to your star family, but you gotta make sure, of whom and what you're connecting to. I am so excited. I am so excited. I don't show my face because I don't want to show my face. You don't need to see my face. You don't need to see me at this time. I don't need to be in your presence at this time. I'm not guided to show my face at this time. I go with my spirit. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our lives. We are the world. Yeah, let's see. Well, I think I've been here long enough. Let's see. It's a lot of different spaceships that I draw. That's because they are all over. Our brothers, and sisters from other places are all around. They are around us at this time. If you look up in the sky, I wish I had a home where I could just see the stars and the moon and be part of the cosmos and be able to go outside and just stargaze and enjoy. If you have that space, oh my God, make the best of it. If you're able to go out into nature and plant your feet and go and sit by a tree, hug that tree, it's medicine. There's healing. There's healing in the water. There is activation in the water. There is activation within the sun. There's activation within the earth, the elements, um, crystals. If you know how to work with the crystals, it's very activating. If you know how to work with water, if you know how to work with the energy, with outside the elements, they work with you. They work with you. Don't ever, ever complain about the rain. Don't ever complain about the cold. Don't, I mean, it's part of who we are. It's part of our system. We are all connected. Everything has its place. Everything has its purpose. Everything has its memory that it's here to activate each and every one of us. If you know how to work with the energy, don't complain about the rain, the floods, the whatever. I mean, it is what it is. At the time, things have to happen the way it needs to happen. It has to happen for a reason. There's a big cleansing happening at this time. There are big changes happening at this time. There's big um, I don't see anything, like I said, I am very much in the space where I see things from a higher perspective. I do not I do not condone any. I mean, you have choices. Everybody has a choice. Everybody needs to understand that whatever you do, there's consequences to everything. You have to learn that whatever you create in your mind, you're creating it outside of your field. And when you create that in your world, you create whatever you are receiving. Whatever is in your world, whatever difficulties you are having in your life, just think about it. What are you putting out? What energy are you putting into the world that is making you feel that you need, that you are lacking, that you don't have anybody, that you don't have anything in that? What are you creating? Because you're creating your own reality. You're creating that world within your own being. You are the co-creator of your own reality. That's why it's good to be in a space where you heal from all the noises, all the chatter that has been programmed within your brain, within your mind. So that way you are able to discern the energies that you are experiencing. Remember who you are. You are a sovereign being. We come from a divine creator that created everything. You lack nothing. You lack nothing. You lack because you create that lack in your mind. You create that lack of not having. You create your own illnesses. You are the co-creator of your reality. not the time to, it's a time for unity. It's a time for harmony. This is a time for peace. This is the time to create businesses from a space of love. Create relationships, communities. You will know if you are on this journey. You will know the people who are for you, and you will know those who are not at your frequency, at your vibration. You will know. I know when I'm around people that are not good for me. I feel the energy. I see their intentions. I'm and literally sometimes I literally get a little sick when I'm around them. So I have to move away because they're so low in vibration that it has an effect. Connect to your heart. This is the space. This is where truth is at. Real, authentic truth. Not the fake truth. Because people that are on this path, there are people that are on this path that say they're spiritual, but in reality, they still need a lot of healing. Be careful. Be careful who you're working with. Be careful of the people you tell your business to. You don't have to tell everybody your business. God will send you those people that are your soul tribe, your family. There was an ad today. It was like so funny. I saw this ad, and the ad, there was this person who was crying on a sofa and saying how alone she was. And these are ads that are being placed to the collective so that way they feel they could be triggered by these ads. You're never alone. Don't ever think just because you're walking this path alone that you are ever alone, because you're not. If you're not calling on your spiritual team to guide you, there are symbols all over that are guiding you. That's how the spiritual realm works. If you don't receive the communications internally within, there's symbols all around us. If you know how to interpret those symbols, there is something that you need to see. There are guidance that are being placed around you to connect to your higher self, to connect to the messages that are being told. If you're going the wrong way, if you are with the wrong person, if you are not on the right path, there are messages that are being sent to you. I didn't know about that. I learned through using my discernment, my guidance. It was just, I going on, let me see, 6 years. I'm going on 6 years No, 7 years. I woke up. No, I woke up in 2020. I woke up in 2020 when I had that big spiritual awakening. And my ears keep popping. If you're getting these ringings in your ears, some of us, I mean, I get different tones because I get different types of tones in my ears. There's not really a ringing. There are different tones that are being sent to me by my higher self or my spiritual team, my guides, the archangels. They sent me different tones just because of the level of consciousness and the connections and the healing that I'm going through at this time. Because when you go through a deep cleansing, you are very open. When you fast, when you learn how to take care of your temple, when you learn how to be in oneness with Source Creator, when you learn how to meditate, when you learn how to surround yourself with loving energies, you're never alone. Don't ever believe these people have these ads about um, relationships in. It's just so funny. It's like how to track your boyfriend, how to track your girlfriend. To if you who does that? Who tracks their girlfriends? Who tracks their boyfriends when you're not in a high, when you are in a level that is very low and you're tracking people? That's not very nice. And you are monitoring their locations. That's not very nice. That's because you're still not healed. You have no confidence in yourself. You still need to work on your self-esteem. You don't feel good about yourself. There's a lot of healing that needs to be done. And it's okay. Because we all was there at one time. I know I was there at one time. No, I wasn't tracking people. Because people are going to do what they're going to do regardless. At the end of the day, they're going to do whatever they're going to do regardless. You have no control over people. You have control over nobody. You have control over yourself. Nobody should be controlling anybody. We are going to live in a world where it's going to be a sovereign world where we honor, where we respect, where we love and not violate the privacy of anyone. No violations. No spiritual violation either. Nobody has any right to spiritually violate or spiritually do anything against your sovereignty. You declare sovereignty over your life, over everything, your finance, your health, your family, your children. Nobody has any right to spiritually do anything against the law, against any being. Declare your sovereignty over your health. You have the right. You have the right to your medical way of doing things with your bodies. Nobody can force you to do anything. Your body is your temple. Nobody has control over your temple, over your body. Your body is your sacred space, your temple, your mind, and nobody outside has any control over your body. Even medical, you have the right to say no to anything that is not of the highest good that is being offered outside of you. Always go within, so that way God could always guide you in the right direction. Don't ever listen to any source outside of you that tells you that you have to do this, that you have to do that to your body. That's not true. Declare sovereignty over your health, over your children's health, your babies. These babies that are being born, they're very highly intelligent beings that are here as well to help humanity. Be very careful with your health and your children's health. You have the right. It's like once you are awakened, once you know who you truly are, there's no weapon that could ever be formed. That could ever be formed. They could form the weapons, but it will never, ever touch you. Know who you are as God's children. Know and stand in your truth. Always, always speak from a space of honesty. Honesty goes a long way. No more Decepticons. No more taking advantage. All right. I'm going to say good night. And I want to say thank you. Thank you, my Father. Thank you, Archangels, Ascended Masters, my galactic family. Thank you to my deities. Thank you to my whole spiritual team for being here. And I thank you all for being here as well. And I am going to send lots of prayers and lots of healing to those who are currently struggling, who are trying to find themselves. Know that you're able to uh, Release what doesn't serve you. Don't ever hold on to something that is not good for you or your family or your children. Always make the right choices. Always come from a space of love and gratitude. Always, always, always go within. So you can never go without. Always go within, because when you go within, you will always be led in the right direction. Don't ever listen to outside forces. If they're not in the highest vibration, if they're not guiding you to the light, if they're not guiding you in the right path, if they are trying to cause uh, blockages within your life, you are a discerning being. Make sure that you understand the energies that are around you. Always, always try to breathe through the process. Take deep breaths and question people's intentions. Those who you think are your friends. Go within. Don't ask anybody. You don't. Nobody's gonna give you the correct answer. Go within. Your answers are always within. And if you are getting tarot card readings, make sure that you follow the spiritual laws, that you not violate any individual privacy by getting a reading up on them, because you're breaking spiritual laws. Make sure that the readings that you're getting is for you. Where are you at in your journey? What is it that you need to learn? And those answers are always within you. You know your life. You know where you're at. You know the things that you're facing. You don't need a tarot card reader to tell you that you need to make changes in your life, or where you're needing to be guided to. If you're in this space where you're constantly getting tarot card readings and you're not doing the work, it makes no sense. Don't ever cross a person's life. Don't ever ask about another person's life when you get these readings, because you're breaking spirit, and even the reader is breaking spiritual laws when they're getting readings up on somebody else's life without their permission. That's a karmic, that's very, very karmic. And the law of cause and effect, whatever you put out is what you're going to receive. Always make sure that you are wishing everybody well, always blessing them, always finding compassion, grace. Be very graceful. I love you all. Have a good evening, and I will speak to you, and I will be back soon. Thank you. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for your shares. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. And I leave you with the one and only Creator, love, blessings, and so much, so much healing.